Hi everyone and welcome back to Autumn of Series 10 in Forza 5. We are doing the second of the two seasonal championships in Extreme E for this week, and this one takes us to the dirt racing. Otherwise everything is the same vehicle with the same paint and same tune and the same company. Broom Broomy, also known as Kurbov on official Forza Discord, and that one Quail. Now you can see Quail this time fixed his error and brought a tuned version of the car to the race, and I expect you will see a much better performance from him. As I said, the one mistake you can make in Extreme E seasonal championships is bring your stock car, because that puts you into serious disadvantage to the AI. Now the dirt racing in Extreme E is on one side much easier than the cross country, but on another much more frustrating, at least for me. Now first on the easier part, whatever edge case situation that makes AI in Forza 5 perform better in cross country in some of the situations only happens in cross country. So whenever you get into dirt racing or road racing or street racing, this just doesn't happen. So in general AI just doesn't perform as well. So you can see it right there, all three of us are quite a bit ahead, and it's not even the end of the first lap. There's only one AI in front, and I expect they won't stay in front for much longer. So this is the easy part, but frustrating part is these Spark Odyssey Extreme E vehicles. They are kind of alright on the cross-country setting. I mean, I know there's a lot of different opinions about them. A whole lot of people just absolutely hate these cars. I am not one of them. I'm quite fine with it in cross-country setting, but the moment this car gets on any kind of road, and it doesn't have to be asphalt road, it's equally applicable to the dirt roads as well, I just can't drive this thing. It is quite a bit slidey, particularly in the rear end, so the back end of the car tends to fly outside in any kind of a corner, but for some reason it's way more slidey on the road than it is in cross country. And as you can see, I keep smashing every wall there is on the track, which is something I don't like to do in general, and that signals back to me that I'm driving really badly. And it's really, I just can't get to grips of this car. I don't understand how to drive it, and obviously the lack of sound doesn't really help. I came to rely a lot on how the cars sound in Forza 5, where the engine is, where revs are at this moment, where you downshift, you upshift, and all this stuff. But obviously none of these exists in these cars. It's an electric vehicle with a single gear and no engine sound, or no engine sound to speak of at all. So I tend to go too hot into the corners, or brake too early or too late, and again this sliding doesn't help. Again, slamming into the walls. Now I missed the corner, but just by looking backwards, and that allowed the Quail to overtake me. As you can see, that's the difference between tuned and untuned car. If you watch the video from the cross-country champ, oh wow, I'm not sure if he let me go or just missed the corner, but yeah, okay. If you watch the video of the previous championship, you've seen Quail just was hanging behind all the time in his stock car, couldn't really do anything against AI much, and obviously not against me and Kurbov here. But now in the stock he's as competitive as two of us. All three of us are about the same speed in general. Sometimes one is ahead and sometimes is another, but we're kind of equal level of players, and as you can see we're now fighting a little bit with Kurbov here. AI is no longer a problem. They are all very far behind and don't pose any danger, so we can afford a little bit of a fooling around between the two of us, a little bit of a contact. Oh, okay, that is my mistake purely. I was way too optimistic in that corner, and I've seen his line, I've seen his tight to the checkpoint, and I still went for it instead of braking. And as you can see, I missed the checkpoint, which puts me a little bit behind, but oh yeah, it's the last lap. So I need to overtake this AI. It's not for any scoring. We are already safe on the points, but just, you know, for it to not look too bad for me. I'm definitely not getting back in the first place. Look at that AI. That was really nice, by the way. He literally stopped on the wall and decided, hey, mate, go ahead, your friends are there in front, so I will not hold you up at all. So yeah, not every day AI just pretends they've seen blue flags and lets you go like this. And here I am at the finish, a third place, self-caused, self-deserved. That was absolutely my mistake. I wasn't pushed out of that checkpoint. All my own doing. So that's the end of the first race. Let's go on for the second one. And the second is also obviously dirt racing, this time a trail, so a sprint race in rainy conditions, which means the rear end of the car is gonna slide even more as long as we stay on the road, and it's gonna drive me complete nuts even more. But I am starting first here, so that's always good, always nice. Each position backwards you start is between, I don't know, half a second and a second that you need to compensate for, which can add up really quickly. Not that it is a problem here, as you can see up in the second place already, and I'm gonna challenge these AI at the front in the next corner. We'll try to pass him now. There we go. And yeah, I guess I'll slow down a little bit, maybe, and not that my teammates need any help, really, but just to piss off the AI who was nice to me in the previous race, and still, let's see. You can see I'm bouncing at the walls. I absolutely hate it. So, yeah, I don't think once this series is over, oh my, right, that's not how you slow down AI, that's how you let the AI pass. So now we need to fix that. So yeah, I don't think outside of this series and these set of seasonal events I'll be driving a lot of these Extreme E vehicles, to be honest. It's probably the most divisive, the most controversial car addition that I've seen so far in Forza Horizon. The only time I've seen so many people saying, oh, this is absolute crap and these should not have been added, was when Lego DLC hit the stores in Forza Horizon 4, where people were complaining that those do not fit the spirit or the feeling of Forza. The narrative this time is different. It's more like, oh, these are bad cars, they drive awfully, and there's 10 of them that are absolutely identical, which is kind of fair. But as I said, I guess I like how they drive in cross country, but I absolutely hate how they drive in any kind of road conditions, whether it's dirt road, whether it's road. Yeah, I am not a fan of that. But yeah, we still have this champ to finish, which yeah, is close to its end, and we also have 2 more weeks with 2 more sets of Extreme E seasonal championships to complete. So yeah, bear with it, guys. We'll have to just go through it, suffer a little bit, and then forget about it for a good long time. Now, as advices go, I don't think next week and the week after will be any different to what we have today. So make sure you bring your tuned version of this car. Don't try to take on it in stock unless you want to make your life more miserable and harder than it should be. And do these champs in co-op mode. That is way more fun and much easier, and gets you to complete everything in 2 races rather than 3. And that's it for this week's championships in Extreme E. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.